What is going on, guys? As you guys know, well, some of you guys know, I just bought me a Mustang. It's an old one, you know, it's an 07, I'm sorry, 06. It's an 06, about 90,000 miles on it. I got a good deal on it, and I've always wanted a Mustang, so, and we needed another car for the family, so that's the only reason I made the jump and actually bought the car. So, there's some little maintenance I gotta do to it, which today is gonna be a tie rod end. And I thought I'd take you guys on the journey. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to fix a tie rod end with duct tape. Alright, so as you guys know, first step, pop the tire off, tie rod end that we're going to be replacing. So let's get it off. Okay, so the first thing you want to do once you get in here is you want to turn around and loosen up this jam nut. Now with the jam nut, you're only going to back it off just maybe a quarter of a turn. So that when you spin your new tie rod end on, it will stop almost right where it needs to go. You can put it back in, tighten this up, and no alignment needed, hopefully. And this also means, this also is if you were in line to begin with. So let's try to get this nut off here, which takes a 18 millimeter, preferably a deep well. But I don't have a deep well, so I'm going to try to do it. Now, if you do not have a, sometimes these won't come off with an impact, so what we have to do is put a pair of vice grips on here, and then take a wrench and actually screw it off with a wrench. But we'll see what we have first. Doesn't hurt to try. Alright, so we got lucky and that did come off. So now what we're going to do is take a hammer, hit this. The proper tool is going to be a tie rod fork. And what they do is they slide in right here. And then you hit it with a hammer and then it'll pop right off. This one's kind of easy. Hopefully we just take a hammer and hit this and we can get it to knock off. And as you can see, here's a tie rod end, and you can see how bad it was. The boot in there is all messed up. So, without moving this nut, we're going to spin this thing off. Alright, so something to keep in mind is, here's the old one, here's the new one. Now the method I'm using, it should work most of the time, But sometimes you may get a new tie rod in that is not the same length. And if it's not, then you have to go through and do some measuring. But it's something I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out. But what's the difference between the bad one and the new one? So the bad one has a lot of play. As you can see how easy that is to move around. What happens is these boots end up breaking, and then a lot of water gets in there and just ruins the tie rod end. The new one, it's really hard to move. So those are the type, this kind of movement that you want. Now I went ahead and spent the extra money and got the one with the grease insert fit. They all have lifetime warranties on them, but I spent the extra $10, went this route just in case I decided to grease my own tie rod ends, but I never had. So as you can see, as I turn it on that last one, it really gets kind of tight. And I didn't really have any tightness, so I'm going to go ahead and back it up that one. Well, maybe I do one. So it's right where it's just a little bit tight. That nut. You know, these castle nuts, make sure that you put the castle top to the top. Then you always gotta make sure you put the cotter pin in. This is what locks it in place. And then we gotta tighten up the jam nut.